Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to talk about some NBA news. I didn't tell yesterday, but there was a lot more stuff that came out today, and probably some stuff came out yesterday, and more yesterday, after I recorded two of them. So, we're to get around to it. Probably might be a long video, so get your popcorn, get your drinks, and listen to the latest news around the NBA. So, episode number 333. So, Josh Giddey, after he got traded, or should I say, J. Diddy, after getting traded from the Thunder to the Bulls, via Will Gottlieb, he said, Josh Giddey said, quote, "Coming off the bench at this point in my career, it's not something I'm trying to do." So, he's basically saying, I want to start, or I'm not coming off the bench. Well, you better play. Well, play better then. It's not rocket science. He's gonna get stunned when he's backing up Jabon Carter. And all-star potential. I don't know if he'll come off the bench. He might be stuck on the bench. Who's gonna tell him? So, an anonymous NBA executive says he would offer OG Anunoby, the original gangster, an average of $46.4 million annually, totaling $232 million over 5 years, per at Fred Katz. And quote, "If I were negotiating from the Knicks' perspective, I'd start him at $40 million and go 5 years, so $232 million." End quote. Eyes emoji, money bag emoji. I mean, I like OG Anunoby as a player, but this seems like way too much. $46 million, totaling $232 million over 5 years. That's way too much. I mean, yeah, the Knicks were 20-3 when he played, but I just don't think he's that good to get $40 million. I mean, I know the market, the $40 million plus is for like superstars. Like, and just his injury history. Like, he's a really good player when he's healthy. Like, he's good, but he's not, like, that good to be paid like a superstar player. But I think he's like a $25 million guy, just in my opinion. I don't care about this Paul George thing, watching film from Stephen A. Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco as for to become a better podcast. Who cares? Brandon Ingram, he likely played his last game as a Pelican at the Stein line. A prominent former All-Star considered more likely to be dealt this week, with the draft and free agency converging. Excuse me, I'm professional. New Orleans Brandon Ingram. It was roughly 6 weeks ago, back on May 12th, that I wrote about a growing belief league-wide that New Orleans would seriously explore the trade market for Ingram before next season. Anticipation that Ingram will soon be in the move has only swelled some 6 weeks later. I mean, the Pelicans are just in such a weird spot. And for sure, it's not a bad place to be in, just weird. Just a question mark as to Zion's health, and if he's going to be the face of the franchise or not. I'm interested to see if Brandon Ingram returns, or if this is true and he does get traded. But yeah, I have a feeling he might get moved. So an NBA executive says OG Anunoby is holding the New York Knicks, end quote, by the balls. Per at Fred Katz, they can't lose him. The same way Pascal Siakam's getting the max from the Indiana Pacers. You can't trade for somebody, give so much up, and then let him go. It's not feasible. All of these reports will just watch him re-sign on Sunday. Holding them by the balls is an interesting quote there, Fred Katz. What NBA executive said this? But yeah, I mean, he's probably trying to get the most money he can. But I think he'll end up re-signing with the Knicks. the Knicks really probably want to re-sign him because you didn't trade for him. You didn't just trade for him just for him to leave. You didn't trade for him just to be a rental and go somewhere else in the offseason. So, KCJ Hoop on the Bulls potentially keeping Zach LaVine via NBCS Bulls. And quote, Zach LaVine fits really well with Josh Giddey, and there's a scenario in which they try and rehab this relationship. This is the worst run organization in the NBA, I swear. A Giddey and LaVine-led team, it's not going to get you anywhere. I'm sorry, Bulls fans. They're a lost franchise. They should just rebuild, like I'm saying. The Lakers remain uninterested in trading Austin Reeves for DeJounte Murray, per at Sam Amick. Murray, meanwhile, was a player that the Lakers could have had at the February trade deadline if they had been willing to put Reeves into the deal. He's a possibility now as well, but league sources say the Lakers' stance on Reeves remains the same, end quote. I mean, given their respective contracts, I think it's the right decision. I think DeJounte Murray's a better player, but it's the contract. But Reeves in 2024 though, I mean he's a solid player. Murray's only a year older. I just don't think Austin Reeves is going to get much better than what he is. I think DeJounte would help him. LeBron James and Anthony Davis reportedly want the Lakers to go all in on another elite player, per Sam Amick. If the franchise cornerstones had their way, league sources say the Lakers would prove their desire to win this week by going all in for another elite player. End quote. As emoji. Oh boy, the LeBron I Need Help tour is here in full force, folks. He wants them to go all in every year, and just like every time, he'll come up short. The Warriors have exhibited no desire to part with Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, Brandon Podziemski, and Trace Jackson Davis, per Montepool and BCS. Getting a veteran impact player almost certainly would require moving Jonathan Kuminga, who projects to have the highest upside of Golden State's under 25 players. The Warriors have exhibited no desire to part with Kuminga, and their same intent has been applied to Moses Moody, Brandon Podziemski, and Trace Jackson Davis. Yeah, and our coach hardly plays Moody half the time. And hell, he didn't even play Jonathan Kuminga until the fan base was like, start playing Kuminga. We had to bully him into playing him. But I don't know. We'll see what's going to happen. But I think this is what's going to be our future, like, franchise, try and make them our franchise players, like Kuminga, Podziemski, Jackson Davis, Moses Moody. I guess it's just, our front office is so weak now. We're really done. Like, we're having Steph here with these players. So the Detroit Pistons and Utah Jazz are showing strong interest in Tobias Harris, per at Shams Charania via at Stadium. Oh, Detroit, your savior has arrived. Interested in Tobias Harris in the big 2024. Are we serious? You have the Jazz who are mid, and you have the Pistons who are trash. And you want to be better? Oh yeah, we want to be better. Yeah, we're going to go get Tobias Harris. The Knicks, Jazz, and Rockets are three teams that have been checking on Mikal Bridges' availability, per at J.K. Fisher. Brooklyn Nets swingman Mikal Bridges, according to league sources, is a player to monitor among Utah's most aggressive aspirations. The Jazz are said to be right in the mix with Houston, holding the number 3 pick in New York, where the three of Bridges' college teammates currently play. Among the teams that continue to check with Brooklyn about the availability of its 27-year-old swingman. Brooklyn denied 4 first-rounders for him. He's not going anywhere. Okay? If they decline that, they're not going to trade him. I think they should, but it's not going to happen. The Lakers are shopping the number 17 pick, and Jeremy Grant is... The Lakers are shopping the number 17 pick, and Jeremy Grant is a potential trade target, per J.K. Fisher. Los Angeles has also made that number 17 selection available via trade, sources said, as the Lakers have evaluated the market for a significant contributor alongside James and Davis. Jeremy Grant, a client of Clutch Sports CEO Rich Paul, is believed to be another potential addition on the Lakers' wish list, according to lead sources. Honestly, that'd be a solid move. He sneakily dropped 21 points per game on 40% from 3 last season. But he's making like $35 million a year, so that's kind of a concern. But whenever them good 3-point shooters go to the Lakers, they kind of struggle. But his $160 million contract will probably match up pretty close to the rookie contract of the 17th pick, and he can maybe trade D'Lo or somebody. The Lakers could target Jonas Valanciunas as their starting center per J.K. Fisher. Pelican center Jonas Valanciunas, who's approaching unrestricted free agency, has been another big man, often mentioned by NBA figures as a potential Lakers front court addition this summer. Not gonna lie, I think that'd actually be a good signing, because you could maybe have Jonas Valanciunas come off the bench. League insiders believe that a trade between the Rockets, who have the number 3 pick, and the Grizzlies, who offer the number 9 pick and Marcus Smart, is something to monitor. Per the sideline, the idea that the Rockets could trade Wednesday's number 3 overall pick to Memphis for the number 9 overall pick and Marcus Smart, so the Grizzlies can draft Donovan Clingan, is being mentioned with increasing regularity by various league sources. Man, the Rockets are really going to do it, aren't they? I mean, he would just be the backup point guard. Marcus Smart would. The difference between the number 3 and number 9 picks this year is not that significant, like, say, past drafts. And Marcus Smart back with Ime Udoka would be low-key a good move. So, my Golden State Warriors, they could show interest in trading for Paul George at the sideline. I'm pretty sure that the Warriors are as interested in George as the Knicks, maybe more. Can Golden State assemble the likely multi-team trade that would be needed to win the PG-13 sweepstakes? Stay tuned. The Warriors, as usual, are aggressively exploring trade options, with the Chris Paul contract situation we've been writing about for a month at the center of those efforts. I feel Paul George would be would be a pretty good addition to this team. I mean, I wouldn't mind it, because you could pair him up with Steph. I don't know what we'd have to trade for him. I mean, we'll see. I'm not going to say it's happening, but knowing our front office, what we have now, it's not going to happen. Paul George opting in and then requesting a trade is starting to feel like a realistic option per the sideline. The Clippers are unwilling to offer him a contract larger than Kawhi Leonard's. There's a growing feeling league-wide that the 34-year-old picking up his $48.8 million player option for next season to force the Clippers to trade him is an increasingly realistic scenario. After months of fruitless contract extension negotiations between the parties, the Clippers appear unwilling to offer a richer deal to George than Kawhi Leonard received in January, $150 million-ish over 3 seasons. Yeah, they're not going to get Paul George $48.8 million, so he's definitely going to get traded at some point. So, OG Anunoby's declining his player option, and he's going to enter free agency per at Fred Katz. We'll see. I mean, I'm not going to say they're finished yet, because he could still re-sign with him in free agency. JJ Redick confirmed he's done podcasts, and he doesn't give a fuck about the outside noise. So, yeah, basically official. Draft Express on Zach Edey's potential. I look at him and say, what if Jonas Valanciunas was 6 inches taller? That's the most unexciting sentence ever. De'Aaron Fox will not sign an extension with the Kings this summer, as he wants to see the long-term vision for the team's roster per Anthony V. Slater and Sam Amick. Fox's future looms in the background too, as league sources say the All-Star guard has decided not to sign an extension this year, in part because he wants to see how the roster takes shape for the long haul. Fox, who has 2 seasons left with his current deal, wants to win at the highest level and can also qualify for a significant larger max if he makes All NBA. I mean, the Kings are going to be so done if he leaves. The Chicago Bulls rejected the Sacramento Kings trade offer of the number 13 overall pick in exchange for Alex Caruso per Anthony V. Slater. Instead, they decided to trade for Josh Giddey. Makes sense, because, I mean, Giddey might be better than whoever gets drafted at 13, depends on who gets drafted. I mean, that's all the NBA news I wanted to go through. Just right at 15 minutes, so great. But yeah, so leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Until next time, out a lot. Peace.